we could hear the Prophet ﷺ calling, "Oh my Lord, indeed my people, they abandoned this Quran." And in Surah Al-Qasas, we are going to see again the presence of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in this surah. Number one, I don't know if it came to your mind sometimes why the Quran is telling Muhammad ﷺ about those details about Anbiya and Rasul. Why is telling him about the birth of Musa alayhi salam, about the issues of Fir'aun, and in those details, subhanallah. And you may think about it, that those surahs were revealed in Mecca. And that's the time where Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam suffered a lot from the people of Quraysh. It was daily problems that he was facing. People are calling him names, people are attacking him, people are trying to insult him. I want you to feel that's what he was facing every day. Don't think that he was, subhanallah, a commander and the people were serving him. No, he was not. Not only that, he was very surprised that this is his community, that he was born, raised, and they saw him for 40 years. He was so respectful, so trustworthy, so honest to all of them, and then all of a sudden they changed completely against him and start saying bad things about him. Majnoon, magician, fortune teller, kahin, let's kill him, let's kick him out. This is what happened to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this after the age of 40. Once he became really mature, subhanallah. And definitely, because of this, Jibreel alayhi salam, and now I see the friendship between Jibreel alayhi salam and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Probably daily he was coming to comfort him, to tell him things. You know, sometimes you feel like you need just someone to talk to, someone to listen to, or someone to talk to you. And that's actually what happened over here. You're going to see the surahs, it's just they are talking to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now this surah, Surah Al-Qasas specifically, it tells us probably the feeling, the emotions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Number one, this surah was revealed, according to the historians, to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam during the time when he was leaving from Mecca to Medina. Now he had no other choice but only to leave Mecca. And don't think that was easy for him. Because now when we travel from Mecca to Medina, for us, it's something beautiful. No, that was not something beautiful for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Leaving Mecca, place where he was born, and he had all his memories there, Al-Bayt al-Haram, Al-Kaaba, of course, all that. After now he's 53 years old. Now he's supposed to leave and go somewhere else as a refugee if you want. And leave behind him everybody, including his daughters, by the way, his spouse also. How difficult is that? And he knows he may not come back. And he doesn't know what will happen in the future. So anyway, the end of the surah, it says, Rasulullah, when he was at the borders of Mecca, about to leave, he turned, look at Mecca, with tears in his eyes, really crying. And he said, Allahu ya'lam, annaki ahabbul biladi ila qalbi. Allah knows that you are the home that I love the most. ولولا أن أهلك أخرجوني ما خرجت أبدا. And indeed, if your people did not push me out, I would never leave. Now we know what was happening to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He wasn't happy. He was not happy at all. Now, when he was saying that, Jibreel alayhi salam, the good company, Ar-Ruh al-Amin, right, that he was with him all the time, came to him and he told him some of the verses that says, إِنَّ الَّذِي فَرَضَ عَلَيْكَ الْقُرْآنَ لَرَادُّكَ إِلَى مَعَادٍ. the one who sent down this Quran to you, definitely he will bring you back. Now, it's the good news for Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Yeah, it's a trip to Medina. There will be some hardship, but don't worry, you're coming back. That will be related to what? To Surah Al-Qasas. What Surah Al-Qasas says? From the very beginning, طَاسِيمِيم تِلْكَ آيَاتُ الْكِتَابِ الْمُبِينِ. What? How is that related to our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam? Allah said to him, نَتْلُو عَلَيْكَ مِن نَبَإِ مُوسَى وَفِرْعَوْنَ بِالْحَقِّ لِقَوْمٍ يُؤْمِنُونَ. We're going to tell you the story of Musa, right? And the Fir'aun with the truth. What that also will be related to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah said to him, إِنَّ فِرْعَوْنَ عَلَا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَجَعَلَ أَهْلَهَا شِيَعًا يستضعف طائفة منهم يذبح أبناءهم ويستحيي نساءهم إنه كان من المفسدين. Now, the Quran is drawing for us the picture what was happening at the time of Musa alayhi salam. So he said, Fir'aun, now he's arrogant, he is, subhanallah, torturing the people, slaughtering their children, abusing sexually their women, subhanallah. He is one of the corrupted people. Look at this situation again. Situation of Banu Israel. Just before the birth of Musa alayhi salam. Look what they were going through. Maybe it's worse than what Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was going through. They were being enslaved by Fir'aun, by the people of Fir'aun. He was abusing them, taking their children, even killing their children. And they were not allowed even to say no. Actually, the command was, if any woman is pregnant from Banu Israel, she has to report that to Fir'aun and the soldiers of Fir'aun. And if she doesn't do that, and she gives birth, and she does not report that, the whole family will be gone. They will destroy, they will kill them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, وَنُرِيدُ أَن نَمُنَّ عَلَى الَّذِينَ اسْتُضْعِفُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ. And Allah said, and I want to favor those who are being enslaved, who are being tortured, وَنَجْعَلَهُمْ أَئِمَّةً وَنَجْعَلُهُمُ الْوَارِثِينَ. And I want to make those people that everyone look at them that they are slaves, they have no value, they are being tortured, they are being, I'm going to make out of them the leaders. How is that possible? It looks impossible. How those slaves who are serving Fir'aun and he kills them, he abused them, you are telling me you're going to make out of them the leaders? That looks like it's impossible. But how long it might take? That's also a big question, because most of us, we see the time. Is it going to take a month, a year, 10 years? Subhanallah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to us, and this surah is so beautiful, it gives you hope. It tells you there is nothing impossible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is nothing impossible for us also, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is willing to do so. And it tells us also it's a matter of time, and sometimes it's very quick. It will happen right away. What it tells us, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَى. Look at the speed now of the surah. وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَى. And we inspired the mother of Musa. Because the mother of Musa, she was the one who's being concerned. She was pregnant. She knows she will be given a baby. But she knows that if she gives birth to a baby boy, he will be killed. Can she protect the baby? If she tried to protect the baby, she will harm the whole family. She will harm the other kids and her husband and herself. They may be taken by the soldiers of Fir'aun, and all of them will be executed. What kind of sacrifice? She has to sacrifice the child. How easy for a woman to sacrifice her own new baby born? Impossible. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَى. And we told the mother of Musa, and أَرْضِعِيهِ. Once you give birth to your child, breastfeed him. This is something very important to create the connection between the mother and the child. And أَرْضِعِيهِ فَإِذَا خِفْتِ عَلَيْهِ فَأَلْقِيهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. Allah said to her, O mother of Musa, once you give birth to this child, breastfeed him. Okay, what next? I'm going to save my baby. فَإِذَا خِفْتِ عَلَيْهِ. If you are worried about him, right? So what's the solution? The solution, he said to her, Allah, فَأَلْقِهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. Put him in the water, put him in the river. Is that a way? Is that a solution? You tell a mother, just put your baby in the water, a new baby born, he doesn't know how to swim, by the way. فَأَلْقِهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. And then he added 2 words. وَلَا تَخَافِي وَلَا تَحْزَنِي. And don't be afraid, and don't even be sad. How is that possible? A mother, you telling her, put your baby in the river, just let him go, and don't be sad, and don't be afraid. But Allah gave her the promise. He said, إِنَّا رَادُّوهُ إِلَيْكِ وَجَعِلُوهُ مِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. He said, I promise you, I will bring him back to you, and I will make out of him also a messenger. It looks like a fairy tale, right? Those stories that we see. But the mother of Musa had that. The heart of the mother of Musa still would have some issues. Putting the baby and so. Some of the scholars who study especially literature, they say over here, هناك أمران ونهيان وبشارتان. He said there are 2 commands to do and 2 commands not to do and 2 good news that will be coming in just 1 sentence. And this is like the top of the eloquency of the language. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, like we said, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى أُمِّ مُوسَى أَنْ أَرْضِعِيهِ. Number 1, what? Breastfeed him. So that's the first command. Number 2, فَإِذَا خِفْتِ عَلَيْهِ فَأَلْقِهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. Put him in the river. These are 2 commands to do. Breastfeed him, put him in the river. 2 things not to do. وَلَا تَخَافِي وَلَا تَحْزَنِي. Don't be scared and don't be sad. So أمراني ونهيان. The 2 things which is bishara, the good news, إِنَّا رَادُّهُ إِلَيْكَ. We will bring him back to you. وَجَاعِلُوهُ مِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. And we'll make him out of the messengers. There's no human being who could make something like this. In a sentence, there will be أمراني ونهيان وبشارة. Put that on the side. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and then there are more details in some other surahs, but the mother of Musa did. Put him in the water, trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and let him go. The next ayah it says, subhanallah, فَالْتَقَطَهُ آلُ فِرْعَوْنَ لِيَكُونَ لَهُمْ عَدُوًّا. So she put him in the river in order to prevent Fir'aun from catching the baby. But actually, the baby went, or the river took the baby to the palace of Fir'aun, because the river was passing by that, and the wife of Fir'aun was there. They saw the basket, or she told the servants, go bring it. Oh, it's a baby. Fir'aun came. He saw the baby. Did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, subhanallah, this is what we call the miracle. Fir'aun had the knowledge that there will be a child from Banu Israel that he may destroy his kingdom. Fir'aun has the power and the authority to stop it. Right? Now, probably he missed that. Right? But now, Fir'aun now, he was able to catch Musa, and Musa is in the hand of Fir'aun. It's drama, right? It's just getting worse and worse. Now we want to save the baby, but now the baby is in the hand of Fir'aun. Guess what? Fir'aun knew that this child belongs to Banu Israel. How did he know? According to some, he was circumcised. So indeed, look at the baby, he was circumcised. Only the Jews, they do that. Because the Pharaohs, or the Egyptian, the old Egyptian, they don't have that culture of circumcising the children. So they say, this child is from Banu Israel. Maybe even the clothes that he had, it looks like from some very poor people. Fir'aun knows, Fir'aun has the power. Fir'aun was able to catch Musa. He is in the hand. No one can stop Fir'aun from killing the child that he is probably predicting that he will come to destroy him. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said no. Musa will grow up in the house of Fir'aun. He will eat from the food of Fir'aun, from the water of Fir'aun. And the wife of Fir'aun will be serving Musa alayhi salam. If Allah wants, things will happen. Right? It says, even if you are if your head is in the mouth of the lion, if Allah doesn't command the things to happen, it will not happen. And this is exactly, this message actually is for us, but also in the beginning for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, telling him, same story. Yes, you are with these people of Quraysh. You will be traveling. They're trying to attack you. But nothing will happen without the permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there's a lot of similarity over here. Do you realize that there's no talking here about the father of Musa? And you may realize that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam also didn't see his father. You may realize that Rasulullah had very big connection with his mom, but Rasulullah never saw his father. It tells us also that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was so attached to his mom that even when he became a prophet, he said once, I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to visit the grave of my mom. And I asked him to allow me to ask forgiveness for her. And he allows me to visit her, and he didn't allow me to ask forgiveness for her. And the Prophet visited the grave of his mom. It's in an area called Al-Abwa, in the outskirts of Medina. Still we could visit that place. And Rasulullah went there and he cried. The Sahaba said, we never saw the Prophet crying that much, the way he cried by the grave of his mom, subhanAllah. Going back again to the story. The story told us that the wife of Fir'aun took Musa alayhi salam, and then she just took Musa, this baby, and by the way, she's the one who's going to name him Musa, Mu and Sa. According to the historians, Mu means water, Sa means the grass, because she found him between water and grass, and that's how she gave him this name. So this name is not a Hebrew name, it's not an Arabic name, but mostly it's one of the old Egyptian language, subhanAllah. When she saw the baby, and this is again, subhanAllah, if Allah put the qabul of someone in the heart of some people, right? She just looked at Musa and she loved him. Sometimes it happened to you. You look to a baby, to a boy, and you just love that child, subhanAllah. It's so cute. Others, they don't see him cute, but you see him cute. Others, they don't, but you do. Some people, they have that. So she created that connection between her and Musa. And she said, as the Quran said, subhanAllah, وَقَالَتِ امْرَأَةُ فِرْعَوْنَ قُرَّةُ عَيْنٍ لِي. He is the coolness of my eye. She just saw him first time, and she said, this boy is the coolness of my eye. قُرَّةُ عَيْنٍ لِي لَا تَقْتُلُوهُ. Please don't kill him. عَسَىٰ أَن يَنْفَعَنَا أَوْ نَتَّخِذَهُ وَلَدًا. Maybe we'll adopt him. Maybe he will benefit us, subhanAllah. The story continued and told us that the mother of Musa now, and this is like the drama, showing you a picture over here, taking you back to something else. Say, what about the mother of Musa? She lost the baby. She put the baby. Now she's asking. She told his sister, go, find, where is he? And the sister of Musa was looking for, she saw that the baby was taken to the palace of Musa. She came and told the mom, oh, he is in the palace of Musa, the wife, the palace of Fir'aun. The wife of Fir'aun already took the baby. That's it. He's done. He's killed. That's what we try to avoid. And the Quran said to us that the heart of the mother of Musa, لَوْلَا أَرَّبَطْنَا عَلَى قَلْبِهَا. We were able to control the heart of the mother of Musa because she couldn't take it, subhanAllah. And then what happened, subhanAllah? Allah said to Musa in the beginning of the story, and we're just talking now about 1 day or so, the baby was born, and she put him in the basket, and now he's in the house, so just a couple of hours or a day. It looks like the baby now, they're looking for someone to breastfeed the child. And the Quran told us, وَحَرَّمْنَا عَلَيْهِ الْمَرَاضِعِ. When they took the baby, they found many servants in the palace of Fir'aun to breastfeed the child. But the baby is not taking any woman. The first one, he cries. Second one, he cries. The 10th, he cries. Outside, no, he's not taking any of them. He said, just a baby. Why he's not accepting? He's hungry. Subhanallah. At that time, there was no powder milk, by the way. Right? Okay. Subhanallah. I'm saying again, the mother, the promise from Allah, the sister came, knocked the door, and she said, I heard that you're looking for someone. And I have a good family. They say, bring this lady, let's see. So she brought the mother. The mother took the child. She just put the child, and the baby start being breastfed from his mom. Maybe he recognized his mom. Maybe the order from Allah the first time when He said to the mother of Musa, and ardi'i, breastfeed him. So she's the one who breastfeed him first. So the baby probably, he just smelled his mom and he recognized his mom. Now he's fine. Now the first promise is being fulfilled. Allah said to the mother of Musa, Inna radduhu ilayk. We will return him back to you. Now the first promise is being done from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is nothing that is impossible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not just a story, a fairy tale. It's the truth from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's mentioned in the Quran. It's mentioned also in the Old Testament, almost the same way. And He tells us again, if you are in any situation, don't lose hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if you are, I remember when I was a child, and I remember my mom and some other part of the family, whenever someone is far away, they always say, raise their hand and say, Oh Allah, the way that you returned Musa to his mom, return my son to me, or return this person to his family. And that's really interesting how the old people, they used to have this trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They believe that everything will happen, or it's possible to happen, even we think that all the doors are closed, subhanallah. I will come to the end over here. And it tells us what? It tells us a long story about Musa. Musa has to leave also Egypt, and he has to go to Madian. Same how Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has to leave Mecca, and he went to Medina. The story told us also, after 10 years, Musa, or 8 years, that's what it says, 8 to 10 years, Musa alayhi salam decided to return back to Egypt. And that's exactly Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. After 8 years, he was able to go and open Mecca and take over Mecca. There's a lot of similarity. We come to the end. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgive all of us. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase the iman and the trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our heart. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for all of us. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.